So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wild at Heart. And I figured today, I was almost going to say this morning, but it stopped being morning about an hour and a half ago. I figured since we're going to be spending a fair amount of time together, especially once I hit the road, that my videos are not going to be polished. I'm not going to have makeup on. I may be in the same shirt for 2 or 3 days at a time. So I figured let's get real right now. So welcome to bathrobe day. Welcome to bedhead day. Welcome to yesterday's makeup day. I had wanted to make a video about the topic of interstate carry. And so this is that video. And it's not so much to give information, or it's basically looking for information and hopefully answers from others out there who travel cross country or interstate and carry. Now, I've done a lot of research online, and I feel like I just get more confused the more I read. Initially, so let me backtrack. My plan was / is to carry one of my handguns for personal safety, and then I wanted to bring my shotgun for to deter animals. I am a vegan, passionate about animal rights and animal welfare, so unless I was about to be mauled to death, I would never shoot an animal. But I know that a shotgun can be very effective in deterring or warding off an animal, because like bears and shit like that, they don't like loud human noise. But then the more I started reading, like, I know I can travel anywhere in the country with a rifle in my vehicle. And some states are very lax. It doesn't matter where in the vehicle you carry it. It doesn't matter if the ammunition is, separate from the firearm itself. In other states, in almost every state, with few exceptions, it technically is not supposed to be loaded while you're driving. Which is fine. I mean, I really wanted the shotgun for when I'm, when I'm camping, when I'm boondocking. I don't anticipate, many animal issues with campgrounds and service areas, parking lots, shit like that. But it's when, it's when you're boondocking. It's when you're off the main road and out in the desert, out in the woods, what have you, that could be problematic. So that's not really a problem, because once I stop for the night, I can, load the shotgun and just have it at the ready. But some states are very specific about where you carry the gun in your car, loaded or unloaded. A lot of states say that it has to be not in the driving compartment, and I'm not sure how far into your car the driving compartment extends, because I drive an SUV, and so I don't consider the back seat or the cargo area of my rig the driving compartment. I mean, it's not someplace I can really reach or have access to, but I don't know how driving compartment is defined. So I suppose that will be more research on Google. But the shotgun problem seems minimal compared to the regulations for handguns. Now, I know that based on a law that was passed in 2021, I do have the right, whether I have a permit or not, and I don't need a permit. I live in Vermont, which is an open and concealed carry state. And funny, we have, well, never mind. I won't even go there. I'm not going to turn this into a political debate. But so I know that, like, in most states that I will be traveling through this trip, I've read up on the laws concerning interstate travel. And most of the states I'll be traveling through agree that if you are leaving a state where you are permitted to carry and your destination is a state that you're permitted to carry, then you can travel with the gun. The only problem is almost all states without a permit, except the few states that are fully open and concealed carry, the gun needs to be unloaded and the ammunition separate from the gun. So my thought is, if you wanted to carry in, your glove compartment or an under the dash holster or, on your body, and the gun is unloaded and you don't have ready access to the ammo, then what good is it actually going to do you for personal protection? So I'm just not seeing a scenario where someone is trying to break into my car and either grab me or carjack my car. I mean, what, you're going to be like, oh, excuse me, Mr. Perpetrator, could you wait just one, you stay right there, just stand right there and don't pay any attention to what I'm doing in the back of the car. Just hold everything for a minute. Excuse me. Hold everything for a minute. I'm going to go back to my cargo area and I'll be right back. You just wait right there, okay? Somehow I don't see it going down that way. And if my motivation for carrying a handgun was personal protection, if it can't be loaded, if it can't be where I have ready access to it, and if the ammo has to be separate from the gun, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? So I'm really making this video to ask questions about those who have carried interstate. If, how do I phrase this question? Just how careful do you have to be? And are there ways to circumnavigate all of these, these laws and these regulations, or are you seriously risking arrest and jail time for exercising your Second Amendment rights? I guess that's what I want to know. So if anybody out there watching this video has experience with interstate carry and could chime in the comments and let me know, that would be really, really appreciated. I also have a stun gun, which I normally carry right in the little compartment on the driver's door. But then I found out in some states those aren't even legal. So it's becoming very confusing, and yeah, I need help. I need suggestions. I need to hear from you guys. If you have any experience, let me know. Really appreciate it. So that's my conundrum. Obviously, I want to be as safe as possible, but at the same time, I don't want to end up under arrest or facing possible jail time. I know at one time, New York State and Massachusetts, it was a mandatory 1-year jail sentence. Period. End of story. You don't even have to bother going to court to say anything for yourself, except just stand there while the judge pronounces your 1-year mandatory sentence. Fortunately for interstate carry, as long as you meet the criteria that I said before, leaving from a state where it's legal for you to carry and your destination being a state where it's legal for you to carry, which is true, because in all likelihood my final destination for this trip is going to be Arizona. So Vermont, where I live, open and concealed carry state, no permit required. Arizona, same thing. It's all those other little complexities that have got me a little worried. And somebody else also said, well, you'll have your dogs, because I know from one of your previous videos that you are traveling with your dogs. Maybe what I failed to mention is Bella is a 14, almost 15-year-old Shih Tzu and weighs 16 pounds, and Casper is a 1-year-old Pomeranian who weighs 7.5 pounds. So both of them fierce barkers and definitely intent on protecting their mama. But I mean, come on, let's be real. Anyway, hit me up in the comments if you have any suggestions, if you can link any articles, anything that might help. And I really appreciate you all, and thanks for not judging me for having a bathrobe and bedhead day. See you later.